Aside from the standard uncertainty displays reviewed in the last video, there are certain more advanced uncertainty display options in HawkEye. To get to those options, we would either click on this button here or right-click in the background of the 3D space and select Uncertainty Options. Notice that this tab is on the far right in the Graphics Property Manager. Let's start with Show Ellipsoid with 3D Vectors. When we hit OK, and then we travel down our as-drilled curve, we will notice this ellipsoid of uncertainty. However, notice the 3D vectors that are emanating from the ellipsoid. These are the axes of the ellipsoid, also referred to as eigenvectors. The purpose of showing these is to lend confidence that the ellipsoid is properly constructed. Note that with this second uncertainty option, the Show Least Distance Ellipses, I have to have at least one offset curve turned on, and I have to have my proximity turned on. So I'll turn this on first, and then I will turn on Calculate Proximity. And then what we will see are the ellipses from which the separation factor is calculated. These ellipses are constructed by projection onto the plane created by the minimum distance vector and the offset's direction vector. And if I activate the Show Ellipsoid on Compare Curve, we will see the full 3D ellipsoid on the compare curve. If I activate the pedal curves, we will see a graphical representation of the pedal curves around each of the LD ellipses. By turning on the least distance plane, we will see the plane that the least distance ellipses on which the LD ellipses for the reference and the offset wells are generated. This plane can be turned on and off for greater clarity of where that plane lies. The Detect Collision for Projections tool is currently in the works, but what it will do is look ahead on the current curve for crossover points where the separation factor will be a minimum. The indicator will display in the 3D space. Finally, by showing the NE projected ellipse, we see a 2D ellipse that is created by projecting the ellipsoid onto the TVD plane. This is the ellipse that is drawn on 2D plots. And finally, the HL projected ellipse, which stands for high side lateral. This is the ellipse that is created by projecting the ellipsoid onto the normal plane. The elliptical cylinders are constructed by connecting successive HL ellipses to one another. Elliptical cylinders can be activated here.